Let's put our focus now on the hot seat, that is the mayor's position in Johannesburg, with many asking just how long will the latest iteration be in charge. My colleague Pule Letuti-Jones is in Kaya Sands this afternoon. Not a lot of trust from especially Joburg residents about whether or not we'll see this mayor in this position for much longer. Pule?
Definitely, some are even calling him a puppet mayor, while others are wondering when there will be, proper concentration on the lack of service delivery in the city of Johannesburg. I'm going to ask my colleague Teddy to show you. This is one out of many roads in Kaya Sands that, of course, is not in a good condition. In this area, you find a lot of factories and, of course, industrial areas where trucks are moving. So you can imagine that if trucks are having to move on this type of road, this, of course, will be costly to some of the companies which are deploying these truck drivers in terms of the cars having to be maintained, the tires being, of course, damaged when going across this road here that you see on screen. Earlier on, we were in the city of Johannesburg, and we showed you how the city was dirty and that waste hadn't been collected in a while, and that was also according to residents there. We also then spoke to residents in the Rosebank area, where they were quite concerned about the number of mayors that we're seeing in the city of Johannesburg. Now, coming back to this road, it spans just across for about another few meters as well. And like I said, this is one out of many roads in Kaya Sands. Most of them have been reported to Joburg Road Agency, but it seems as though there hasn't been much concentration in terms of trying to ensure that this road is being rehabilitated and that the potholes are patched once again. But I just want us to take a listen to what some of the residents we spoke to in Rosebank had to say earlier on regarding this issue of lack of service delivery and the continuous changing of mayors as well.
We feel a little neglected there. So we have water outages, we have electricity outages, and a lack of maintenance mostly in the suburbs.
And just lastly, what's your take on the city always changing a mayor? Always a new mayor every month, like the city. There's now a new mayor. Do you know the new mayor?
Makes your head spin, hey? Yeah. I mean, it feels like political games rather than actually caring about the citizens of the country and the inhabitants of the city.
Well, the problem is, I remember when I was passing during the construction here at Rosebank, so I found out that there was a rain that was coming, but we didn't know that the rain was coming. Even the guys who were busy with the construction, they didn't know that the rain is coming. So what happened, there are barricades. They fell because of the wind, of the rain, and it has too much rain, so I fell in the ditch. And
well, those are some of the concerns that have been raised by the residents, particularly amongst service delivery issues and, of course, the concern around the political wrangling at the Joburg Council. And to speak to me about that, I'm joined by Linda from, of course, the Johannesburg Cooperative Council, which is an organization that focuses on businesses being impacted as well in the city of Johannesburg by the lack of service delivery. She's on the line right now and I'm speaking to her. Linda, thank you very much for chatting to us on eNCA. Now, obviously, I've been showing many viewers regarding the road here and the condition of the road in Kaya Sands in Johannesburg. What's your take on that, and is this a concern for some of the businesses, particularly in this area as well?
Well, certainly. First of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to voice our concerns here. I'm from the Randburg Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and we cover the Region B. This is a major problem in the industrial factory spaces of Kaya Sands, certainly causing damage to the vehicles, breakages on trucks for deliveries, and also just the general unkept look. With regards to the city, we kept being told by the councillors there's no budget because the chamber works with the city. So we go and we ask the city what's happening. No, there's no budget. And with the change of every mayor, there's changes on political appointments within the city, and your MMCs change. And there's certainly no cohesion with regards to continuity of follow-through of works. So that does cause a problem.
And are the hands of business owners and residents tied in the situation? Are we doomed for trouble? Is there something that can happen to ensure that, you know, residents are saved from this mess we're seeing in the city of Joburg as well?
It's a big question and it's a difficult answer, but a very good question and very valid one. Within the street that I live in, the residents got together and paid to have the potholes fixed because there were just so many of them. This is happening throughout the residential areas, finding that a lot of the residents are clubbing together as street groups and repairing temporarily their potholes. But when it comes to the industrial spaces like Kaya Sands, Stratham Park, Randburg Central area, where general traffic travels and there is no resident street as such, it's very difficult for that to happen, and it has to go to the councillors who again have to go to the MMCs of their areas of the city in the roads, and they get told there's no money. So how do we fix a problem when there doesn't seem to be, first of all, respectively, in my humble opinion, the will to fix it, and secondly, the budget? So we are in a difficult space.
All right. Thank you very much, Linda, for joining us on eNCA. Well, so there you have it. There are a lot of concerns around the issue of lack of service delivery in the city, and also issues pertaining to the budget and finances of the metro, particularly because we also heard from the Kokta MEC, Mzi Khumalo, who said it's very important that the mayor and his mayoral committee go to communities and present the draft budget, which of course speaks to service delivery, and then how money can be used to address some of these service delivery concerns in the city. But then there's also that element of how long will this continue in terms of the continuous changing of mayors and the mayoral belt being given to the minority parties, who, by the way, have little seats like Al Jama'ah, who's a 1% party in the city centre or the councils of Johannesburg as well.
Okay, Pullet Switchy Jones reporting to us live there from Kaya Sands. We thank him for that update.